This reflection is taken from the Mass readings for Friday, February the 10th. Ephphatha, be opened. In Friday's Gospel we hear the story of Jesus healing the deaf man of his speech impediment. On the surface, it's a simple story of the man's healing at Jesus' word, Ephphatha, be opened. But it's also a story of much deeper openings of the mind and heart. Everything about Jesus is more than meets the eye. As the people will proclaim at the end of the story, Jesus does all things well. It begins. A man was brought to Jesus. I wonder about these people who bring the man and then beg Jesus to lay his hand on him. Obviously they care for him and want him to be free of his infirmity and decide to do something about it. This caring and then doing is something we call love. It was the man's infirmity that propelled them to act. The needy in our midst do that to us. It seems we need the needy to open our hearts and draw us out of ourselves, putting our love into action. Jesus takes the man aside. He puts his finger into the man's ears, and spitting, touched his tongue. Then he looked up to heaven and groaned, and said to him, Ephphatha, that is, be opened. And the man spoke. Not only does the man speak clearly, but he and all the people who brought him cannot stop speaking. Jesus tells them to stop, but the words keep pouring out, praising Jesus. He has done all things well. Something more than a physical healing has happened. The man's ears and mouth were opened, but something else was opened within the man and the people. Their hearts and minds were open to see Jesus in a new way. Even their words point to this deeper reality. Jesus really does all things well. Not just physical healings, but something more, healings within the heart. Ginny and I have a very dear friend, Zay, who cannot speak because of a severe developmental disability. Jesus opened our hearts to Zay, and we love him. But we know that Jesus does all things well, and now we look forward to the day when Jesus will lay his hands on Zay, and Zay will speak. I don't know what he will say, but already in my mind it is the sweetest of sounds. De Caloris, be not afraid, your brother in Christ, Joe Sosnowski.